like we are person, we have got our body, senses are there, and we experience happiness when the senses comes in contact with sense objects. So in that way, here we need to understand that the spiritual rasa, the mellow of transcendental relationship between Krishna and his devotees are enjoyable to both Krishna as well as his devotees. Therefore, in Rasa Shastra, uh, there are two significant words we see. One is called Vishaya, another one is called Ashraya. So, when we want to discuss about the reciprocation of rasa between Krishna and his devotees, then these two words, Ashraya and Vishaya, is very, very significant to understand. And the devotee is called the Ashraya, and uh, the devotee, beloved Krishna, is the Vishaya. Uh, so Chaitanya Charitamrita explains that the different ingredients uh, that is involved in the exchange of love between Asra and Vishaya. How? See, why we are saying this? The transcendental relationship between Krishna, Srimati Radharani, should not be seen in the material context. So the ingredients that is involved, or that are involved in the exchange of rasa between Krishna and Radharani, Asra and Vishaya, that have been defined in the platform of Bhava, that's called Vibhava. So actually in the prema stage, Vibhava, Anubhava, Sattvika, Vyabhichari Bhava. So here the context is we need to understand that Radharani is Asraya Tattva and Krishna is Vishaya Tattva. Now, starting with text number 2246, we're going to discuss how this exchange of rasa take place between Krishna and Srimati Radha. So here, Krishna, he is speaking himself. Jadyapi 246. Jadyapi amar rase jagat saras Radha sama karibas Jadyapi amar sparsha kotin dusital Radhikar sparshyama kare susital Ei mata jagate sukhyami hetu Radhikar rupa guna amar jivatu. So in text number 46, Krishna is saying, Jadyapi amar rasa jagata saras. Whatever rasa, the mellow, the living entities experience in this world, they are not separate from rasa of Krishna. Means, therefore, in our Krishna conscious philosophy, we are always told that anything we accept in this world must be accepted in relationship to Krishna, right? Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhi. We have to accept in relation to Krishna. You accept Standard Pal because it is offered to Krishna. You accept Krishna Jadharamrita. Actually, we accept Krishna Jadharamrita. What is that? When you prepare nice food stuff and then you bring it to Krishna, you chant mantra and you invite Krishna to come and honor this bhoga. And Krishna actually eats. That means his adharamrit is touched by the bhoga. That becomes prasada. And then when you eat that, you feel some sort of kind of, rasa, mellow, some satisfaction out of this world actually. Hmm? When you cook something, eat without offering it and eat after offering it, there's a difference in taste. So uh, even for the outside people, we can say, even Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Rasam Akshuranteya. I am the text in water. Right. So all these our Gandhar, Chakshu, Karna, Nasika, Jivha, Twak. These are the five knowledge acquiring senses we have: eye, nose, ear, etc. So they, whatever mellow experience, those experiences are to be accepted in relation to Krishna. That is the main point of discussion. Jadyapi amar rasa jagatar saras. Otherwise, what happens? A person may be experiencing the sweetness while eating some sweet. He will not be able to enjoy so much. So it has to be accepted in relation to Krishna. Although the entire creation is full of different tastes because of me. Because of me means we have to accept in relation to Krishna. I am charmed by the nectarian taste of the leaves of Srimati Radha. When Radharani comes near me in our intimate pastime, I relish the taste of Radharani's leaf. Jadyapi amar sparsha putindu sital, Radhikar sparshyama karesu sital. Now Krishna is saying about the sparsha sukha. And although my touch is cooler than 10 million moons, I am refreshed by the touch of Srimati Radharani. এই মত জগতের সুখে আমি হেতু রাধিকার রূপগুণ আমার জীবাতু. So Krishna is saying in this way, I am the source of happiness for entire world. Means by bringing the knowledge acquiring senses in contact with the sense object, the living entities in this world enjoy happiness and satisfaction. And Krishna is saying, I am the cause of their happiness and satisfaction. Right. The day super soul leaves this body with the soul, there is no test, right? Sometimes, people, they go into coma. You give them to eat something, or people when they go mad, you give them to eat something, they don't feel the taste even. Because matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha. When Krishna withdraws the smriti, the memory is withdrawn by Krishna, then the person is not able to taste even. So that therefore he is the source of happiness. Not that we have got a set of senses, and when we bring these senses near sense object, oh, we are enjoying, we are happy. But who is actually helping? Krishna is actually helping. Without Krishna, will not be able to, our senses will not be able to enjoy independently. So people need to understand. Therefore, Krishna is saying, I am the source of happiness for the entire world. The beauty and attribute of Sri Radhika are my life and soul. That means Krishna is saying, when I see Radharani, that gives me energy. That's my life sustenance. In Vrindavan pastime, we see, like last time we were saying, one day Krishna came near Jatila's house, and he was sounding like a cuckoo. He made he created sound like cuckoo, and Radharani could understand that Krishna is there waiting for him. But whole night Krishna was waiting, and Radharani did not get the opportunity to come out to meet with Krishna. Krishna was feeling very sad. So this is how you can understand that Krishna's very Radharani is the very life sustenance of Krishna. That's why he's saying Radhikar Rupaguna Amar Jivatu. When I see Radharani, that is how I live in this body. I sustain my life by looking the beauty and qualities of Srimati Radharani. এই মত অনুভব আমার প্রতি বিচারি দেখিয়ে যদি সব বিপরীত. Krishna is saying, well, so far what I have been discussing, I have been describing, this is I am talking from my experience. Amar Pratit. That is Krishna's personal experience. That when he sees Radharani, he feels she can survive. When Radharani, comes near Krishna, he feels a lot of satisfaction in personal relationship with Srimati Radharani. So he's saying, this is my personal realization. Vichari dekhe, if I deliberate, means actually the fact is opposite. Radharani, she experiences higher tests when she comes near me. That's why he's saying, in this way, my affectionate feelings for Srimati Radharani may be understood, but on analysis, I find them contradictory. Means Radharani enjoys even better satisfaction and happiness than I do. That is going to be discussed next. How Radharani coming in contact with Krishna, I mean to say the eye, ear, nose, tongue, all these senses, when they come, senses of Radharani comes in contact with Krishna. Now Krishna is going to describe what is the experience of Srimati Radharani. So here now he's going to say that Radharani even experiences higher sense of happiness and satisfaction. Radhar darshane mor judai nayan, amar darshane radha sukhe agayan. First he said, my eyes are fully satisfied when I look upon Srimati Radharani. But when Radharani looks upon Krishna, how does he describe? Sukhe agyan. She becomes senseless. But by looking upon me, she becomes even more advanced in satisfaction. Agyan means actually agyan. she loses her consciousness. Murcha. Radharani enters into the stage called Murcha. Sukhe agyan. That means she experiences higher satisfaction. Paraspar Benugite Harai Chetan Moro Bhrame Tamale Kare Alinga. See, this is the attachment of Srimati Radharani towards Krishna. Paraspar Benugite means the flute-like murmur of the bamboo rubbing against one another steals Radharani's consciousness. You may not know this, but those who are from village, they can understand this. In this city area, there is no bamboo. There is no bamboo bush. But in the villages, there are a lot of bamboo. Here in Mayapur also, you can see. Bamboos normally they become very tall plant. And when there is wind, then they move like this. And then one bamboo will come in contact with another bamboo. And when there is rubbing because of the wind, and they create some sort of sound. And sometimes there are some creature, they come and they create a hole in the bamboo. Maybe you do not know, like in Venu, in flute, there are randha, there are holes. When the wind is passing through the holes, it creates a beautiful sound. So similarly, sometimes some creatures they come and they create hole in bamboo. And because of the wind blowing, it creates automatically some flute-like sound. Here Krishna is saying, not that sound is coming from my flute, but Benugit. We have Benugit, two types of Benugit. One Benugit is because of the wind, the two bamboo they rub against each other, it creates some sounds. Or sometimes wind which passes through the hole of the bamboo, that also creates some sound. Neither of these sounds are created by me. But when there is little similarity to my flute sound. When Radharani hears that sound, huh, she becomes unconscious. Means Radharani, his consciousness is stolen by such kind of sound, beauty. And saying, Moro bhame tamalere kare alinga. Means, for she thinks it is to be the sound of my flute. And she embraces a tamal tree, mistaking it for me. Tamal kalo, Krishna kalo, kalo bhalovasi. Means there is similarity between Krishna's bodily color and the color of that of a tamal tree. Both are blackish in complexion. Krishna's hue is black. Tamal tree also has this blackish complexion. Therefore, it is said that when Radharani sees Tamal tree, see, this is Radharani's love for Krishna. She is enchanted by Krishna's beauty so much that she feels this Tamal tree is Krishna and she embraces it. Krishna alingana painu janama safale Krishna sukhe magna rahe vriksha karikole. I have gotten the embrace of Sri Krishna. Radharani thinks. She thinks, so now my life is fulfilled. Thus, she remains immersed in pleasing Krishna, taking the tree in her arms. Anukula bate jadi pai muragandha udiya padite chahe preme hoyandha. Anukula bate jadi pai muragandha. Means maybe Krishna is standing on the north and Radharani is standing on the south. And the wind is flowing from north to south, we can say. That is called Anukula Bhat. Anukula Bhat jadi pai maragandha. So then Krishna is standing on the north, then the wind that is blowing from north towards south, it carries the aroma of Krishna's body. And then when that aroma, that wind carries the Krishna's aroma, body aroma, and enters into Radharani's nostril, what happens? When Radharani, smells the fragrance of Krishna's body, udiya padite chahe. That time she becomes so eager to come near Krishna. She feels that if I start walking to come near Krishna, it will become very late. If you want to go from Delhi to Bombay by train, it is taking too long time, right? No, I have to go very quick. Then what do you want to do? You want to fly, right? So Radharani is thinking like that. She is thinking, if I start walking, it's going to take long time. It's long work. No, I cannot wait. That's a Udiya padite chahe. She wants to fly. This is Radharani. Preme hoy andha. Means she has become blinded by the love. When just like andha means a blind man. Blind man does not know whether I should go in this way or that way, whether there is any hindrance, there are any bushes, there is any creeper that will not, that is going to create some hindrance on my path. No, because he's andha, he's blind, he just keep walking. Then people guide him. So here, prema andha, Radharani means no obstruction can stop Radharani's movement towards Krishna. That is the meaning of hoy, prema hoy andha. Similarly, when a devotee also, they develop love for Krishna, no social custom, no and not none of these spiritual practices even can stop us to be engaged in Krishna service. Means all other religious and social formalities will remain unimportant for such a devotee than serving Krishna. So in that way, अनुकूल बाते जदि पाय मोर गंध उड़िया पड़िते चाहे प्रेम होय अंध. When a flower breeze carries to her the fragrance of my body, she is blinded by love and tries to fly into that breeze. तंबुल चर्वित जबे करे आस्वादने आनंद समुद्रे डूबे किछुई ना जाने. When she tastes the betel chewed by me, she merges in an ocean of joy and forgets everything else. Krishna's Charitamrita is drunk by Radharani in this way, by taking the betel that was first chewed by Krishna. When Radharani tastes that betel, she enjoys. She forgets everything. Amar sangame radha pai je ananda sato mukhe boli tabu na pai tar anta. Even with hundreds of mouths, I could not express the transcendental pleasure she derives from my association. That intimate pastime of between Radha and Krishna. Lila ante sukhe har angir madhuri তাহা দেখি সুখে আমি আপনা পাশরি. লীলা অন্তে সুখে তাহার অঙ্গের মাধুরী. Seeing the luster of her complexion after our pastime together, I forget my own identity in happiness. Krishna is saying, Dohar je samaros Bharat Muni mane Amar Brajer Ras Sevanahi Jane. The sage Bharata has said that the mellows of love and beloved are equal, but he does not know the mellows of my Vrindavan. So here, Prabhupada giving a small purport. According to expert sexologists like Bharat Muni, the male and female enjoy equally in material sexual pleasure. But in the spiritual world, the relationships are different, although this is unknown to mundane experts. Therefore, he's saying he does not know the mellow, my Vrindavan pastimes. That means the Krishna's exchange, the exchange of mellow between Krishna and his devotee in Vrindavan pastime should not be understood in material context. That is the point. People, when they read such kind of literature, like here Krishna is saying, Amar Sangame Radha Paijya. When they come together, the happiness Radharani derives. Sato Mukhe Boli Tabu Na Pai Taran. I cannot describe it in thousands of mouths. So those kind of descriptions would not be seen from the material context. Therefore, Sri Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying that Amar Brajer Ras Sevanahin Jane. The exchange of between Krishna and the devotees in Vrindavan are not understood by materialistic people. Therefore, they take it in a wrong way. अन्येर संगमयामी जत सुख पाई ताहा हईते राधा सुख शताधिकाई. The happiness I feel when meeting Radharani is 100 times greater than the happiness I get from meeting others. That means Krishna derives unlimited pleasure by coming near Srimati Radharani. Therefore, here the reference have been given from Lalita Madhav. How these different senses are experiencing Vishaya Sukha, that is described in this Lalita Madhav. Nirdhutamritamadhuri parimala kalyani bimbadharo Bhaktram pankaja saurabham kuharita slagha vidham ste giraha angam chandana sitalam tanuriyam saundarya sarvasvabhat Tvamasadya mamedamindriyakulam radhe muhurmodate Nirdhutamritamadhuri parimalaha kalyani bimbadharo Bhaktram pankaja saurabham kuharita slaghadibha dambhe gira Angam chandana sitalam tanuriyam saundarya sarvasvabhat Tvama sadya mamedam indriya kulam Mama idam indriya kulam Radhe muhur modate. My dear auspicious Radharani, your body is the source of all beauty. Your red lips are softer than the sense of immortal sweetness. Your face bears the aroma of a lotus flower. Your sweet words defeat the vibrations of the cuckoo, and your limbs are cooler than the pulp of sandalwood. All my transcendental senses are overwhelmed in ecstatic pleasure by tasting you, who are completely decorated by beautiful qualities. So this is Krishna's experience about Radharani. This verse spoken by Krishna, Lord Krishna to Radha, is recorded in the Lalita Madhav by Srila Rupa Goswami. Then again, Rupa Goswami is writing, Rupe kamsa harasya lobdhanayana sparsheti hisyat pracham Banyam kolita shrutim parimale sanghrishtana sapudam arajya drasanam kiladhara putenyam chanmukham bhurham dambhodgirnam mahadhrutim vairapi pradyadvikara kulam. Her eyes are enchanted by the beauty of Lord Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa. Her body thrills in pleasure at his touch. Her ears are always attracted to his sweet voice. Her nostrils are enchanted by his fragrance, and her tongue hankers for the nectar of his soft lips. She hangs down her lotus-like face, exercising self-control only by pretense. But she cannot help showing the external signs of her spontaneous love for Lord Krishna. So here it is said that, like when it is said, hmm, she hands down her lotus-like face, exercising self-control only by pretense. Means when Radharani comes near Krishna by seeing Krishna's beauty, by tasting the uh, mellow from Krishna's lips, she loses her control actually, and then, but she doesn't want to express it. Therefore, it is said, uh, self-control only by pretense. She is trying to control, but pretentiously, and it is sin that Radharani is trying to control, but she is out of control. So this is Krishna's beauty. That's why Radharani is maddened by the mellow she experiences when she comes in contact with Krishna. তাতে জানি মতে আছে কোন এক রস আমার মোহিনী রাধা তারে করে বশ. Considering this, I can understand that some unknown mellow in me controls the entire existence of my captivator, Srimati Radharani. আমা হইতে রাধা পাই যে জাতীয় সুখ তাহা স্বাদিতে আমি সদাই উন্মুখ. So here Krishna is expressing his personal desire. আমা হইতে রাধা পাই যে জাতীয় সুখ তাহা স্বাদিতে আমি সদাই উন্মুখ. I am always eager to taste the joy that Radharani derives from me. নানা যত্ন করি আমি নারী আস্বাদিতে সেই সুখ মাধুর্য ঘ্রাণে লোভ বাড়ে চিত্তে. In spite of various efforts, I have not been able to taste it, but my desire to relish that pleasure increases as I smell its sweetness. Rasa aswadite ami kaila avatar প্রেম রস আস্বাদিল বিবিধ প্রকার রাগ মার্গে ভক্ত ভক্তি করে যে প্রকারে তাহা শিখাইল লীলা চরণ দ্বারে. Formerly, I appeared in the world to test mellows, and I tested the mellows of pure love in various ways. I taught devotional service that springs from the devotee's spontaneous love by demonstrating it with my pastimes. So here Krishna is saying, Ragamarga Bhakta Bhakti Karaje Prakare Taha Shikhaila Lila Acharanta. Means by performing his pastime, he demonstrated that. 18 Trishnamo Nahila Puran Vijatiya Bhavi Nahe Taha Swadan. But these three desires of mine are not satisfied, for one cannot enjoy them in a contrary position. Radhikara bhavakanti angikara vine saitin sukha kabhu nahe aswadane. Unless I accept the lustre of the ecstatic love of Sri Radhika, these three desires cannot be fulfilled. Therefore, রাধা ভাব অঙ্গীকারী ধরিতার বর্ণ তিন সুখ আস্বাদিতে হয় অবতীর্ণ. Therefore, assuming Radha Rani's sentiments and bodily complexion, I shall descend to fulfill these three desires. Krishna is thinking. He is making the plan now. Sarvo bhave kaila Krishna eita nischay. Henokale Aila Jugavatar Samai. When Krishna is thinking like this, now if I have to fulfill my desire, uh, then I need to assume Radharani's sentiment and his bodily complexion. When he is thinking like that, that means now he is preparing to take the complexion of Srimati Radharani, to descend to this world. That was the time when Henokale Ailu Yugavatars. That was the time for Yugavatar. Sambhamami Yuga is where Krishna is saying, no, every Yuga, some Yugavatar they descend. So that was the time for Yugavatar. In this way, Lord Krishna came to a decision. Simultaneously, time came for the incarnation of the age. Sei kale Sri Advaita Karena Aradhan Tahar Hunkare Kaila Krishna Akarsan. See how many coincidences. Krishna is thinking, this is time for me to experience my three unfulfilled desires. That is the time now the Yuga Avatar is supposed to descend. And same time, Advaitacharya Prabhu, by looking at the suffering conditions of these living entities in this age of Kali, out of utmost compassion, he is offering Ganges water and Tulsi leaf to Salagram on the bank of Ganga and loudly shouting for Krishna. Krishna, you have to come. You cannot wait anymore. So these three things are simultaneously happening. Now you can imagine what is going to happen then. At that time, Sri Advaita was earnestly worshipping him. Advaita attracted him with his loud calls. Pita Mata Guru Gana Age Avatari Radhikaro Bhava Varnam Vikar Kari Navadipe Sachigarbha Suddha Dugdha Sindhu Tahate Prakata Haila Krishna Purna Indu. First, Lord Krishna made his parents and elders appear. Then Krishna himself, with the sentiments and complexion of Radhika, appeared in Navadip like the full moon from the womb of Mother Sachi, which is like an ocean of pure milk. Eito korilu sashtha sloker vyakhyan Shirupa Goswami Pada Padma Paridhyam. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saying, meditating on the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami, I have thus explained the sixth verse. এই দুই শ্লোকের আমি যে করিল অর্থ শ্লোক সাইর শ্লোক প্রমাণ সমর্থ. So he's saying not that I have created some meaning out of hallucination. No, whatever I have said, it is following the line of Srila Goswami's thought. I can support the explanation of these two verses, verse 5 and 6 of the first chapter with a verse by Srila Goswami. Aparam tasyapi pranayjana vrindasya kutuki rasastomam ritva madhuram upabhuktum kamapijaha. Rucham sama babhridyutimiha tadiyam prakatayan sadeva Chaitanya Charitamrita kripayatu. Lord Krishna desired to taste the limitless nectarian mellows of the love possessed by one of his multitude of loving themselves, Sri Radhika. And so he has assumed the form of Lord Chaitanya. He has tasted that love while hiding his own dark complexion with her effulgent yellow color. May that Lord Chaitanya confer upon us his grace. This is the third verse of the second Chaitanya Staka of Srila Rupa Goswami's Stavamala. Mangala Charanam Krishna Chaitanya Tattva Lakshanam Prayojanam Chavatare Sloka Satkair Nirupitam Thus, the auspicious invocation, the essential nature of the truth of Lord Chaitanya and the need for his appearance has been set forth in 6 verses. Shru Prabhunath Pade Jaras Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus, and the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, 4th chapter, describing the confidential reasons for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. So next time we will continue from chapter 5. Thank you very much. So I'm sorry sometimes because of the busy schedule we are missing. Please bless me so that I can find time to study this Chaitanya Charitamrita with all the devotees. A lot of service is there sometimes in classes. That's why it is getting delayed. Any question or comment?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Please go ahead,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji.
No, please go ahead, Prabhuji. You started first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So one question is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu plans to take avatar in this world with 3 qualities, right? Means I couldn't get the 3 qualities with which he's planning
Sri
to.
Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisha. She wanted to experience the glory of Sri Radharani's love. Then, Nadiya Soipanchasya Mad Anubhavata Kidrisham. And when she experiences that love, what is it like? Mind love. And then Mad Anubhavata Kidrisham. What is that? So first of all, Radharani's, the glory of Radharani's love, and what type of love I have that Radharani is getting attracted to me. Then the third reason is what kind of feelings she derives as she comes in contact with me. Anubhava, Vyakti love.
Okay.
3 things. Glory of Radha Krishna's love and Radharani's love for Krishna, then the experience that she releases. Let us read it out. It is better actually. Just 1 minute. I will tell you. Okay. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love. That is one reason. And the wonderful qualities in him that she alone realizes. Means the quality is in Krishna. Okay. Then the third thing is the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of Krishna's love. These 3 reasons are there.
Okay, so Prabhuji, one more question. So all the other avatars of Krishna has been means not the normal birth, right? Means, but is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did he come out of in a normal birth, or was it also?
Did he come out of? I didn't hear. I couldn't hear.
Was it a normal birth, or was it like Rama, Krishna, and all? They were not normal. Like Rama came, the Vishnu Dutas came and gave a porridge, this payasam, and it didn't happen in the normal way, right? So did.
Yeah, same thing. Same way, Krishna also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Devi. When one person I can tell, when Advaitacharya was worshipping uh, salagram offering tulasi, manjari, and Ganges water. Then every day after he finishes his worship, he will bring the articles and he will throw it in Ganga, right? And one day it so happened that as he put this tulasi into Ganges water in the Ganges, then one tulasi started going uh, mm, opposite to the current. When, for example, current is going from north to south, the tulasi was going from south to north. It was going against the current. Isn't it very interesting? When you put something, a leaf, it will go along the current. But this time, tulasi leaf started going against the current because Santipur is down and Mayapur is out. So now this tulasi leaf started coming towards Mayapur, even though it was against current. And then Advaita book felt, oh, this is so interesting. Let me see. Now I know where it is going. So then Advaita Prabhu also started following the course of the tulasi, which was going against current. And it started its journey from Santipur and came to Mayapur. And at that time, Sachi Devi was taking bath in Ganga. So that tulasi leaf came and circumambulated Mother Sachi, and it remained stuck in Sachi's body. And then Sachivata became like, after what is this? Maybe this is something inauspicious sign. A leaf is coming and touching, sticking my body. And she was trying to kind of get rid of the leaf, but leaf wouldn't go. And then again, leaf started coming again, touching her body. And Advaita Charyapu understood now. And then he started offering obeisances to Sachi Devi. So this is the pastime. These are all very, you can say, uncommon way that Lord, he comes. This is one pastime you can see. And also when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a small baby, that time also a lot of pastime took place in his house. Sachi Devi used to hear the tinkling of the bell. When Nimai was a small baby, he couldn't even walk. So there are a lot of other pastimes are there. They all are same actually. The appearance of the Lord in this world are always same, transcendental.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for your class and the enlightening answers.
Thank you. Yes. Mataji wanted to ask something.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Ranal Pranams, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, and thank you for taking the time for us, reading for us and explaining so nicely, patiently like that. So much gratitude for that, Prabhuji. I was always curious, why this Gauranga Mahaprabhu wanted to take the complexion of Radharani. So now today's reading answered this long curiosity that I had, that why he had to come in Radharani's complexion, because there are so many gopis, there are so many different factors, right? But today's reading really cleared that. And then also I am also thinking that maybe the Antya Leela will be very, very deep, because that's when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's revelation of all these pastimes will be out, I think, because the Madhya Leela is more about the Sankirtan part. The Antya Leela will be very deep. So I can't wait to get to that point. So this is really, really nice. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And then the question I had today was, why did Krishna come in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga? I mean, because all these 4 yugas have passed, he had to wait till Kali Yuga to come in this form to understand or get this realization, or how Radharani was feeling. That was the time factor was a question.
Sometimes he comes actually in form of Chaitanya to give this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in every Kali Yuga. I mean to say, the Yuga Avatar comes in every Kali Yuga to do the spreading of the Yuga Dharma. But this time, simultaneously 3 things happen. No, when Krishna desired to experience these 3 unfulfilled desires, same time it was the time for Yuga Avatar, Same time, Advaitacharya Prabhu was calling Krishna to descend. So that's why it happened like that. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these three things were fulfilled. So, yeah, sometimes he comes to a list like that. That it is said, no. There's a verse actually. I'm forgetting that verse. Anyway, like that.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Daiviradhika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for the wonderful class as always. Prabhuji, I don't know if you have explained this earlier, but in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the beginning or in between, Krishna Das Kaviraj talk mentions, right? Like I am explaining the 5th verse, 4th verse, like that. So what exactly does that mean? Even here, I think verse
that is Mangalacharan prayer, no? Mangalacharan 14 verses are there, no?
Okay, those
So
are
those verses are being elaborately described in these chapters.
okay. Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I always had this doubt, but never.
Yeah. These are Mangalacharan verses.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
one question, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, in the introduction menu, it's chanted one verse, Prabhu. Krishna Lila Amritasar Tarata Shruti. So, where is the verse, Prabhu? I tried finding Veda base. I couldn't find, Prabhu. Where exactly is the verse from, Prabhu?
I have to look at it.
I tried looking at it because we are singing all the Mangalachan verses. And then, okay, suddenly after Radha Krishna Pranay Vikritir, and then you start singing Krishna Lila. That's not there. Where is it? I was trying to find the Veda base, but could not find that verse. So if you could please
Find?
when we get time.
Couldn't find?
I couldn't find in Veda base. Not in, at least maybe where I searched, I couldn't find in Veda base. That particular verse.
Okay. You see this? This is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 25, text number 271.
Madhya Lila, chapter number 25, verse 271. Bro.
271. Krishna Lilam Ritasar Tar Shatasadha Dasadi ke Bahe Jaha Haite. Se Chaitanya Lila Hoy Sarovar Akshay Manohansat Charahata.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I searched, I put Lilamrita as one word instead of separate word. So could not find Lila Amrit. So usually what has gone Lila Amrit is one word. So I thought Lila Amrit would be one word. So I put
Lilam Ritasar. Amritas.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much, bro. I was looking for this verse for some time. Thank you, bro.
It's very sweet.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Wonderful class, bro, as always, bro. And maybe Bajay Prabhu also mentioned, kindly don't say sorry, bro. It's our good fortune, at most good fortune that you are taking time for us, and sharing it, giving your time, spending your time with us, and enlightening us in the nectarian pastimes of Lord Mahaprabhu.
Since we are doing, invite other devotees. Only 10 devotees are coming to the class. If there are some other devotees that want to join, they can also at least Chaitanya Charitamrita. Remember, you get an opportunity.
Yeah,
Tell other devotees join in your yatra.
Yeah, bro. I posted the group. There are almost 40-50 devotees in the group. I posted the group, but only 10 devotees joined. Bro. I wish I could force them, but
No, it's easy, no. Yeah, since we are studying, so anybody can join. They can also listen.
Yeah. Once again, put in my personal. Devotees, please share in your Facebook account and whatever. Just share the link and let everyone know that we are doing like this. I did one.
Everybody should hear Chaitanya Charitamrita, no? Chaitanya Charitamrita is very nectarian, and normally we don't read so much in our society. Mostly, everybody is doing seminar on Gita, and some people they are reading Bhagavatam also nowadays. But Chaitanya Charitamrita is very rare.
That's true. Yeah.
So, already we are doing it anyway, so anyone can join.
Sure, So this is a request from me of all the devotees. Maybe share it in the Facebook wherever you can, in the WhatsApp, so that more devotees know. I also do it from my end again. So
what is happening with other devotees? They are not asking any question. This is our Madhav Gauranga Prabhu, Nilam Mataji, then other Matajis. You are just playing the role of super soul. Just watching. They are watching us. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hari Hari.
Kalpataru Bhyashta Kripa
Vasidhuvevacha.
Patitanam
Patitanam Bhavani Vaishnavi Namo Namah.
Ananta
Navadindiki Jai.
Koti Jai.
Jai Jai.
Jai.